of our user interface. Up at the top, we see we have a title, we have a brief description. Down below, we have 3 fields for different parameters. On the left, we have the quality control parameters from last year. In the middle, we have the non-quality control parameters. And on the right, we have separation by parameters. Now, the first field allows me to enter in whatever I want. The user can enter in whatever they want for any of these blanks. Now, I happen to have entered a sample from the MQDB, and we happen to know this is a failed sample. It doesn't have values for the last two, but it's a failed sample, so we expect to get a high probability of failing. We go over here to the non-QC parameters. We see the user can enter a score between 1 and 3 for each of these, and we can toggle them back and forth. And over here, we have separation by parameters. I entered parameters region, value is Asia. Now that means that I'm only going to be training my model on data samples from Asia. Alright, now I go down and I click submit, and I have to wait for the results to appear. Alright, once that's appeared, I scroll down, and I have my analysis, my SVM results, and my lasso results. Those are for my 2 algorithms. I can see here I have a QC relative probability based on the quality control parameters. I have a non-QC risk score, and I also have a combined score, which is a product of the two. Now I also list a percentile for QC relative probability and combined score. This represents the number or the percent of samples with a risk score below or equal to the given sample. I have the same results for the lasso method, and then I also have graphical displays. On the left I have an ROC curves for the data. On the right I have the important parameter weights, and down below I have a histogram of the relative probability scores for both the lasso method and the SVM method. I represent low risk with the green, high risks with the purple. This is a distribution of all samples, and I represent the current sample that I've entered with a red tick mark. So you can see that this particular sample is quite high risk compared to most of the samples which are down on this end. Alright, so that concludes our tutorial for how to use our user interface.